Let's get more on this story and turn to Dawn Ennis. She's the managing editor for the website Outsports. She's also a journalism professor at the University of Hartford in the U.S. state of Connecticut. Dawn, welcome to our program. I thought it was interesting that the judges who made the ruling, even they agree that this was actually discriminatory. But what they also added was that it was necessary. I just want to get your reaction to the ruling.
I'm very glad to be here. I've never heard the words discrimination and necessary together. It doesn't make any sense. It's ludicrous that we would be able to say that we need to have discrimination. That's the opposite direction in which our world should be heading. It seems to me that this ruling, a ruling of 2-1, favors the patriarchy and favors a return to discrimination as legal, as right, as something we all want, and that's not what we want. We want people to have rights and people to do what they want to do and be who they are. All she was asking was to compete like every other woman.
What about their claim that female runners with high testosterone basically have an unfair advantage?
I don't think there's any dispute that testosterone does give an athlete an advantage. But let's not forget, women have testosterone too. We have testosterone in our bodies and we produce it naturally. The difference is how much testosterone. I'm confused as to why they would pick the number they picked. According to the IAAF's own research, most average women have under 1.68. Most men have above 7.7. And they picked 5 as a number. Why 5? It doesn't make any sense. It seems very arbitrary. It doesn't seem to have science behind it. I really think that more has to be researched. And I would also say that there are many men who don't have very high testosterone. That's why we have Viagra and other medications. And there are lots of women, like Caster Semenya, who have higher testosterone than the average woman. She's just playing or competing according to her natural talents.
And beyond having to take medicine, what will it mean for athletes like her who do have naturally, unusually high levels of testosterone? It's not like she's taking, any kind of supplements. This is all natural in her body.
This is not like steroids or some other drugs. This is not like a scandal in which someone is doping. This, to me, is the legal equivalent of genital mutilation. We are taking a naturally talented...
That's strong. You really believe that?
I do, because I think this is a naturally talented woman who is being forced to alter her body to suit men who decide what our fate is. And as a transgender woman, I know there are some who say that this actually is a good thing that Caster Semenya and women like her will have to be regulated because it takes the onus off us, because transgender inclusion is a whole other debate. But for me, I consider myself a woman, and any attack on any woman is an attack on all of us.
What about the impact of this on female transgender athletes?
I think that's something we have to really consider, because right now there's a lot of talk about whether transgender athletes should compete in their own league or whether they should be forced to compete according to their birth gender. This might lead to reclassification of transgender athletes as men. I think even the New York Times today said that even though the IAAF claims that, and everyone knows, Caster Semenya has always been a girl and always a woman, they're treating her like a biological male.
All right.
That's
sorry
basically
to
where I'm
interrupt you,
standing.
Dawn. We've run out of time. Thank you so much. Very important points there, Dawn Ennis.